Alright, so here's how to make Misty hands. Super easy, super simple. Go to these two links that I'm going to leave in the description. This will be Planet BO4 Victus Crew Report. Download these two right here. The download and the download Misty fix. So once you download it, it'll open into a RAR. Basically, I would just drag this on my desktop, which I did there. But then you want to open your model export, or open the folder to model export, copy, go to your BO3, and right here you would paste. Not going to do that because that might fuck over my textures. But once you paste, if you open model export, go to BO4 characters, you should see everything here. You'll see the BO4 Victus Crew GDT. So then you'd go into your mod tools and then into asset editor. So basically, once you're here, once you open up your ape, you're going to be with this. Go to click GDTs down here and type in BO4. You'll see all these come up. You won't have any of these Dempsey, Nikolai, Richtofen, or Takio ones. You're only going to have the Misty. You're going to have Marlton, Misty, Russman, and Stuhlinger. Depending on which one you want to do. I do Misty because I think they look the best. But where you see CT8 Zombie Misty True View Arms, make sure your texture's here, up here. Copy the asset. And then you would paste the asset in here. Now, if you do paste the asset, I'm going to grab, I'll leave this line of code. You would put, for permis, you would put this. For Ultimus, you're going to have two separate ones because Dempsey doesn't have, Dempsey's line of text is different. So you would, and then you would copy and paste that into there. And then for the other ones, you can just add a ZM. And then you would just change the name. Since I wanted Takio, change it to Takio. And then you're going to do the same thing with the legs. So Misty True View legs. Copy. Paste. And then you would just do the legs instead of the arms. So you would go here. You can change that to Dempsey View legs. And then for obviously the legs, Dempsey has a different asset. And then you could just change it to ZM underscore. And then change this to Takio. Or whatever other character you want. I will leave this line of code in the description because so you guys can follow it. It's way easier. I'm going to leave the whole zone file basically in the description. So don't copy the, because it'll look in the description, it'll look something like this with the X model in front and then the comma right there. I can't place a comma because it's an asset name, but it'll look something like this. Don't copy the X model part. Just copy the C over. So C, the TC, or C, T7 and over. Now once that's all done, just hit save all. And then you can close your ape. Go to whatever patch you're using, which mine's in Rose V4. Click on it on the ZM mod. You would open your zone file. And then you would paste this line of code. I did mine towards the bottom. Doesn't matter where it goes as long as it's grouped together. If you have the two slashes, it actually just ignores the line of code. So you can put notes here where you want it. But this is what you want to put in your zone source. And you would save. Hit the little checkbox. Link. Ignore errors. Build. And then you should be done. Now, if they're working, you can open up your ape again. So once you have this open, there's going to be something else you need to download, which I will also leave in the description, which is just going to be a RAR with the file path and the image. But the image is, I gotta find it first. The image is going to be, should be named right, but I'll leave in the description a line that says what the image is. So you go to your BO3 folder, model export, BO4, characters, Misty, images, and then you would take this material name. You look this up. Basically, that's the image we're going to be changing. So I'll leave the image you need to change it to in the description. Make sure when you save the picture to your PC, you rename it to this. Otherwise, it won't work. But you need to replace the original image that's in there. This is what allows you to make the animated camos. Next, go to names. Make sure it's checked when you have your BO4 GDT open. Search up D70. The material that comes up, you're going to want to click on this. Make it lit emissive scroll to layer plus, none, custom. And then you're going to need transparent PNGs. Now, this is what I used. I used this lightning and I used this sparkle texture. And you want to make this black for black gloves and make sure it's the right image. And then basically just mess around with these settings that you have here. And very, very important, hit use gameplay intensity. Everything else is basically fine. Just mess around with the settings, see what you like. Once you're done, save all. And then you just need to link and compile your patch again. And then they should work in game. I hope this helped.